Hello, hockey friends and families around the world, and welcome back to another episode of the Wraparound Roundtable. It's our holiday special where we give out big prizes and introduce you to some of the big influential people in the game all at once. Before we get going, a reminder, at any time you can head over to hockeywraparound.com and look for the Roundtable button to enter in for this week's prize. It's a great pack, again, a green biscuit and a puck around. Two things everybody's going to want this holiday season. And remember, if you enter in this week, next week, every week, you're also enter into our grand prize, which has some incredible stuff in it that every hockey player and family will want. It's worth taking a look. Go over to hockeywraparound.com. I'm not telling you what's in it because it's expanding every week and you're going to want to see. But words like sparks, pucks, glasses, a lot of different stuff. Heads up hockey. Take a look at hockeywraparound.com at any point. But let's introduce you to today's guest joining us for the giveaway so we can share it with everyone. It's Hintsyy, a hockey influencer known for his roller hockey content and his clips playing Chel. For your parents out there, that's EA Sports NHL hockey. It's a video game.
Yes.
I hope you've played it, right? For parents. Again, listen, here's a cool story. He didn't even touch roller hockey until 2020, but now he's built on a full-on community around playing hockey on wheels and is just having a lot of fun doing it and sharing that story with us. You can follow him everywhere at Hintsyy. That's at Hintsyy. It's a podcast. I do have to spell it out. Hintsyy, brother, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Hey, first question. Let's talk about this. You said this 2020, not too short ago, but also not too long ago. Tell me about the spark moment where you discovered hockey, and then the other spark moment where you're like, I have to share this with everyone.
Yeah. So I'll start off by premising that. So I played ice hockey pretty much most of my life since I was 10. That never played any roller. I thought roller was weird, which I definitely don't now. But once COVID hit, I was in my undergrad in college, and I kind of just decided to stop playing ice because I'm also an engineer. So trying to balance that was just not ideal, I think, anymore for me.
Right.
So once COVID hit and everything was shut down, in Pittsburgh, I don't know how it is over by you guys, but in Pittsburgh, we have outdoor rinks. So it's more just like a park.
Right.
It's not like you have to, pay anything or sign up to go use them. So that was the only thing we had to do. And my best friend back in Pittsburgh, he was like, oh, let's just go get skates and start doing that. So we were literally doing this for 4 or 5 hours a day.
Wow.
For
Sounds
probably, oh yeah. I mean, I wish I could honestly go back to that time because it was just so fun. And it was new.
Wait, did you just say you wish you could go back to COVID?
Well, maybe not that. But
I know what you're saying. I totally know what you're saying. There was an innocence to it.
Not having any responsibility.
I like
just
that.
being able to just go play with my friends. Like,
right.
I remember.
I'm teasing you, don't worry.
Yeah, no. I remember because some of those outdoor rinks, like they're like waffle tiles. And I just remember leaving the rink, like my whole backside is just covered in waffle marks and like cuts and stuff because I could not skate and I could not stop. So I would just go flying into the boards.
Right.
Like that's how I would stop.
I've had that happen. Let me dive in real quick. It's like when I started playing roller, it's inevitable if you've played ice hockey most of your life, your muscle memory is going to click in at some point when you try and stop.
Yeah.
You will try and do an ice hockey stop on wheels.
Yes.
And just for the audience, if you can visualize this, you don't stop. Well, you do stop. You just fly forward and land on your side. So it's happened to me too.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the hardest things I think in roller hockey is stopping because stopping on wheels, like, laterally is not a natural feeling.
Right. It can be done, but it
definitely can be. Yeah.
Yeah.
So started doing that during COVID, and then we started playing in like little Sunday leagues, and I was so bad, dude. Like I was just detrimental to my team. But then started getting a little bit better, getting a better feel for it, and then we started playing in more like travel tournaments that were more structured, and then I don't know. I've always loved social media and stuff like that. I never would have thought in a million years I would do it as like my own personal brand. Like I love the backside more because I don't have to show my face or speak to a
Right.
camera. But honestly, like I just figured out once you stop caring, like if you like what you're doing, like I love what I do. Like I don't really think about like what other people have to say. I mean, if you're personally happy doing what you like, then you're doing better than most people, you know?
Yeah, Hintsyy, listen, I love that you said that, and I'll tell you why. You know, in several of these interviews, and I know for a fact that the kids listening to this show, and we have a lot of kids, a
Yeah.
lot of them want to be, you know, YouTubers. That's what they say one day, or some sort of influencer or creator.
Yeah.
And everyone we've had on the show thus far has said very clearly that there's a love of the game that kind of trumps everything, and that
Yeah.
you're not doing it for the views per se. You're not doing it because you're trying to impress someone else. You're doing it because you love to do it. And that's what's leading you to success. It's an important message, twofold, right? One is that that's clearly part of the success of doing this stuff online. But the other part is that really in life, right? This is a big message of you're not doing it for how many views you get. That's a metric, right? It's a metric, but that's not the reason.
It's just not a good way of, I think, going about that. Like you will go down the rabbit hole if all you do is pay attention to numbers, because it never ends. You know,
Never
like
ends.
you make something, and then as soon as you make it, you post it, you go right to the next thing. So it'll just never end. So definitely not worrying about that. I mean, you definitely want to see like how you're doing, and it's nice to see when other people see what you're doing. But I wouldn't really hone in too much on how it's doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
I do.
you could post something. If someone, whoever's listening to this, they could make a video right now if they've never made any content, and it could do millions of views. You know, it doesn't really matter. Like every new video, new piece of content is just another like chance at going viral if that's something you're worried about.
Right. You know, it's funny. I look at it a lot like journaling sometimes. Like I just enjoy doing it. Whether it's podcasting or the videos I make daily, I just enjoy doing it. It's not necessarily being done for a specific view count, right? Or virality. Some of them do very well, get millions of things. But it's like that's not my intent when I'm making it. I'm trying to share something of value because I care about it, right?
Yeah.
And I think that again, it's amazing to me. Again, we're bringing on a lot of people like you here, and that is the common message, right? And again, I think with kids, especially in ice hockey, who are often comparing their games to what they see online with people like Connor McDavid, and it's like that's not a fair comparison to you when you're 12 years old, right? Or really anybody. If you're watching Pee Wee Quebec, like you're who you are right now, and if you've got creativity and something to share. I love what you said too. Like, there's no rhyme or reason, kids, to what goes viral anymore. Again, I feel like we talk about this on every show too. There's content we spent a lot of time on that does nothing, and then a stupid video we throw out on a whim will do incredible.
That's typically how it goes.
Right. There's no rhyme or reason. One more thing on this before I move on too, just with numbers. For the listeners of Our Kids Play Hockey, the podcast here, you know, if we went on numbers, the show wouldn't exist because we had little to no listenership the first 6 to 8 months of the show. And then suddenly it just, you know, the hockey stick chart started to happen. But while I'm proud of that and while my co-hosts are very proud of what we've created, and we thank you, the audience, every single episode for a reason, right? When we started, we were just trying to share good information. That's what caught on. And we obviously still try and do that today. All right. I got to ask you this question. Okay. You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
How do you break Chel so much?
Oh, man.
How do you glitch that game out more than anyone I've ever seen?
I don't know. Like, okay, so NHL is the only game I would actually say I am good at, okay? Regardless of what I put online, I am very good.
I would agree. I would agree with you. Yeah.
I have a lot of, like, my friends back in Pittsburgh, like, we all play all the time. It's really the only thing I play, and I am a gamer at heart. But I don't know. It's like every time we play, it's always this specific group of people.
Right.
The game just does not function as it
You
should be
break the
functioning.
game a lot. I'm just saying, it's not you, obviously, but it's
Yeah,
fun.
no. Like I was playing the other day with Nasher and another buddy of mine, Sweet Tea Hockey, and we were skating outside of the rink. Like it glitched. It literally did break the game. And I've been playing NHL since I was like 10. Okay.
Right.
And I've never in my life seen something that broken.
Right.
So it was just funny. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just it's in the air.
Listen, what I'm hinting at for the audience is you got to check out his channel because there's just enough glitch NHL, EA Sports NHL moments. It will make you laugh, whether it's body parts moving around, or not moving.
I'm not
right?
sure. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm not sure if EA Sports is very fond of me. Probably
They should be.
Moment,
You're bringing a lot of attention to them. Hey, listen, it's not your fault. The glitches.
There is that. Yeah.
Right. So I would just say that to the audience again. Check that out because your Chel clips are pretty good. Are we still calling it Chel? People still say that? That's kind of how I differentiate it. Because like when we say, hey, NHL, that's a lot of people don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, just Chel, I think, for sure.
Here's another one. You started about kind of the switch from hockey to roller hockey. Maybe we keep it on inline for a minute. What's one thing about the inline culture you wish everyone could experience, even non-hockey people? You can talk to ice hockey and non-hockey because I think that inline and roller, I've always been a supporter. That's how I started, right? Like I'm going to age myself, but in the 90s, that's what we did to practice, right? We didn't have unlimited ice time. So I don't know why inline always seems to get kind of a bad rep. I think in recent years, that's changed. I think because of people like you and Nasher, bringing it back to the mainstream a bit. But what would your message be about that culture? Because it is a little bit different.
Yeah, honestly, that's a great question. Because I talk to people a lot about this. They're curious, I think, about inline or roller hockey. So, I mean, the way I look at it is ice is so structured. Like everything is always running through an organization. Like you gotta pay for ice time, you gotta pay for this, that, you gotta pay for more equipment. Like it tends to be more expensive, I would say. Roller, if you're not at like an actual facility, like it's very casual and like the pickup culture where you can just go out with your friends to an open rink and play, I feel like it's so much more convenient.
Right.
And then if you want to get into more like the creative side of roller, it's 4-on-4 to begin with.
Right.
So a lot more room. It's played very similar to like 3-on-3 NHL when they're in overtime. It's all like possession and stuff like that. But the community, like everyone is nice. Like I don't know why. I don't really know why it's like that, but I feel more of like a sense of family when I'm at a roller rink rather than an ice rink. I don't know if you feel like that.
No, 100%. Look, I'm gonna speak in generalities here a little bit. There's an ego or a swagger with ice hockey that I'm not saying is a bad thing. Right? I'm not saying like it's a jerk ego, but you pay a lot of money to be here. You've definitely dedicated a lot of time to be involved in that sport, and we're all raised on the toughness of that game, right? So I think when you walk into an ice rink, there's a little bit more of maybe an aggressive expectation of how that game needs to be played or is supposed to be played that brings itself. And like you said, with roller, in a lot of ways, a different sport, and just a different vibe, right? Like if you're playing 100%. Roller, too, you're doing. I got to pick my words carefully here because, like, if you play ice hockey, you play ice hockey because you love it. But again, roller hockey, I think sometimes is viewed as this like ugly stepchild, and in the sense of if you're playing that, like you're really into it. The other thing I love about roller, just from a hockey standpoint, is that. And I'm going to try to explain this too, is that the speed, it's fast, but it's slower than ice.
It is.
Because you're not on ice. So that warrants itself to the stick handling a bit more and some of the other maybe.
I mean, you hear a lot about, there's a handful of NHL guys that they think roller is a really good thing for their
At
hands.
Maroon.
Yeah, exactly. And like another thing, even to add to that, roller is more complicated, and I think it's harder for people to like because there is not really an NHL of roller.
It's true.
Right? So, but if you look at the Team USA or like the best pro guys in roller, they are insane with like what I can't even hold a candle to those guys.
We've known many of them over the years. Like the talent's undeniable. A lot of them go on to play pro hockey. Not always in the NHL.
I mean, their puck control and really like decision making is just like off the charts. Like it sucks though because promoting pro roller, because it is very like control based, possession based. So it's hard to promote pro roller because if people are just sitting behind the net coming out and regrouping, it's like, how do you promote that as like a fun thing to watch? As a hockey player, like I appreciate that because I know how hard that is.
Yeah.
But to the average person, maybe not like as much.
Yeah, no, it's fair. I mean, look, we should also mention this too, that there's inline like hockey games, there's ice hockey games, and there's also just like training and practicing, right?
Yeah.
And like one of the reasons we made Wraparound the business was I said it earlier, I grew up playing outside. I grew up on the streets of Philadelphia. That's how I learned to play hockey. And we wanted to make products that would make that game more accessible to people. That's why we made the Wraparound and the Puck Around, and like to try and mimic or merge the ice and the outdoor, we'll say, experience.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's almost like a perfect example of a product that's making things like more accessible and a little more casual.
Yeah.
Where you can still get what you need out of that. Like as far as like training.
Right. Well, and you know what's funny, buddy, is so and audience, you'll appreciate this. I'm gonna go into the kind of the behind the scenes a little bit. When you create a new product, you got to market it, right? And so sometimes the NHL ice hockey world is very, very black and white, very strict, and we wanted to go a little edgy. That's why we made the tagline for the puck around and find out, right?
Because I love that.
Fun with it. Thank you. Yeah, but that's much more of a roller thing than it is a hockey thing, but it merged the two
for sure
together. And that's kind of why we did that, to have some fun. But like Puck Around and Find Out might not be a bad roller hockey, inline hockey motto.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly how roller is. Like the very like loose culture, like like that embodies that perfectly. Like I told my friend when me and Cole filmed for the Puck Around, he was like, "Oh, what's it called?" I was like, "It's the Puck Around." He looked at me. He's like, like.
Yeah,
I know what he wanted to say, but
no, we said it for you. And I'll tell you this too, man. When we were going to name that, I will not take credit for naming it. One of our dear employees, Caitlin, did, but that name came out, and I remember we were all like, "That's got to be it. Like that's what we have to name it." That it was the other names were okay, but that one stuck out. All right, let's get back to you. I don't want to talk about us too much here.
Okay.
A couple more questions. One of the ones you brought up earlier, you play games with Nasher. Nasher. You're surrounded with some pretty cool people in both the creator world and the hockey world. Can you talk to the audience, like our audience, again, the parents, the coaches, the kids, about those people as people? Right? Because we see them online and we see them on social and we see them when the NHL promotes them. You actually get to know these guys a bit. Can you talk a little bit about your friend circle and how important that is?
Yeah. So I'll talk about 3 people I'd say that are like at the forefront of that sort of friend circle for me.
Sure.
So Nasher, it was odd because that was someone I looked up to when I started even considering making any content.
Right.
Like I had times where I had filmed games like, with the GoPro and everything, and I would not post anything because I was like so nervous for whatever reason, or I didn't really want to like hear the feedback from anyone. But once I started playing with him, like First off, he is the exact same person
I believe
as
that.
he is on camera. Like, that man does not have a bad bone in his body.
Love it. Yeah.
Like, he's just so, for one, like, very respectful. And I know he knows the position that he's in, and like the influence he has on everyone. But he's just so, I've never seen anyone better with kids in my life than him in that space. And seeing that, like, I really tried to not copy, but just take, like how his mindset is towards that stuff to apply it to my own life or content. Just like a very, I don't know, very good.
No,
very
I
good.
think it's like, look, we all borrow from each other. Like it's he's
Yeah.
inspiring you, is what you're saying. Like he inspired you
For
in your
sure.
work.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And I mean, he, it's different now because he's a good friend of mine. So I don't even really feel like I talk to him that much about hockey, and
Right.
you would think he lives and sleeps and eats at
He has
at
a
rink.
life.
No, he does. Yeah, he has a
Yeah.
life. We're both very into F1, so we talk about
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, we probably talk about that more than I'd say anything. And hockey cards. We're very, very into hockey cards.
Yeah.
But yeah, the next person I would say, Kazi. I know you guys are very
he's
familiar
a friend of this show. He's on an episode as well.
Yeah, Kazi's just another guy where, like, I don't know, he does everything right. Like, he has the voice, he has everything. Like, he is just like S tier of content, like, and he's just a very, very good person. I had a chance to stay with him at Wish Cup when we were out in Nashville, and like, I don't know, a lot of these guys, like, they're better humans than they are even like with content, and it's nice to be able to make videos and stuff, like, if we need to do that, but then maybe we like just go out to dinner and talk like normal people after. So I have so much more I could say about Cassie, but
no, he's great. Like I said, we work with him too. He's a fantastic kid.
Last person I'd say is Mr. Heffy, if you know who that is. That's my goalie.
We've seen. I know. Tell the audience. You might want to tell the audience who he is, but
yeah. So Mr. Heffy is that's my Columbus Heat goalie. He makes goalie content, and he is really the only other creator, I would say, that besides Nasher, that I get to play alongside. And he's a little bit older than me, so I like to give him the unk status here and there. But I love him. Like, I've been able to go to a couple events where it's just been me and him and just hang out and talk, and really he's got a good plan, like how he strategizes and plans out videos and things like that, because I don't think a lot of people ever think about that or see that. There has to be a lot of back end work, which can burn you out for sure.
For sure.
I mean, because like I said, it's one after the other.
Well, and you can get into a pattern with it if you're not careful. Like I said, we especially with our own content, man, we try and switch it up. I think one of the things is we know that monotony is an enemy of good content, right?
Yeah.
You got to find ways to switch it up. And look, that's one of the things that makes you special, right? Like, it's not the same thing every single day. Although I'll never get tired of your broken EA Sports NHL. Those are a lot of fun. One thing I want to bring up, dude, is this, that you just named three pretty incredible people. For the kids listening again, we're finding this across the episodes, right? They're good people. They're not doing it for the views, right? They're taking the time. It's a craft. They love it. They have a passion for the game. You got to start paying attention to these consistencies between these people, because it shows you the people that are succeeding have these qualities. And we talk about this, buddy, Hintsyy, all the time in the game. Like, you want to be a great hockey player, like, the type of person you are, the character matters as well. Like, these are transferable across whatever it is that you want to do. And I know the parents listening are probably nodding for their kids, but it's like what makes you a good person, with the effort that you put out, the creativity, the love, the passion. These are all the prerequisites to being great at something, right? And the work, the time it goes in. I bet you, there's another fun one. I bet you your first video was not as good as the last one you made, right?
Dude, I can't even watch my early videos. That's how bad they are.
No, we always tell people, if we've had people listen to us for years, you guys are so consistent. Really, go back and listen to the first 5 episodes of Our Kids Play Hockey. We sound very different. We sound very, very different. We've evolved.
Yeah.
All right, man. Look, I could talk to you all day, but the people listening still, they want their prizes. So here's what we're going to do. Again, this week's prize pack is a green biscuit and a puck around. Why settle for one when you can have both? We offer everybody the chance to multiply the prize. So, Hintsyy, you have to choose. This is your choice. Do you want to add on a hockey wraparound, a puck around, blade shade sunglasses, or a bag deodorizer from Extinct Bombs? Like it's your call. People are listening.
I'm going to go with a hockey wraparound.
A hockey wraparound blade protect. That's always a good one. All right, it's good. That's people are picking different things, which shows you that people have different preferences, which is good. Yeah. Okay, so audience, again, you're gonna get a puck around, a green biscuit, and a hockey wraparound for this week's giveaway. If you're seeing this or hearing this, it's still active. Go to hockeywraparound.com right now. Look for the roundtable button right at the top of the website. Enter in. Remember, every week when you enter for every one of these episodes, you're also entered into our grand prize giveaway, which has a ton of. Whoever wins that grand prize is going to be a very, very happy hockey family. Okay, you're going to be set up for the year, and there's enough in there to help your teammates out. Just trust me, you should enter in that one as much as you can. All right, Hintsyy, last one for you. Again, I mentioned it multiple times in the show. We got kids listening. Okay, just give them a message from your standpoint, from who you are, what you do. What's just your last bit of advice to those kids listening about, whether they want to be a YouTuber, a professional hockey player, whatever it is? You have the last word with that.
I would say, because I know a lot of people want, like you said, to be in that space. No matter what you do, if you are truly obsessed with something and you do it the right way, there's enough people in the world that no matter what you do, you are going to find people that like what you do. It's just a common similarity, so don't worry about trying to have everything so quick, because I think in today's day and age, everything is at the touch of your fingertips. Like there's also an art in it, sort of like a beauty to growing something over time. Like that's a feel good thing. If you can build what you want over time, that's something you can be proud of versus just overnight. I don't think it's as maybe valuable in that sense, Right. So just, whatever you do, you will find people that like what you do. It might take longer, it might take shorter than what you expect, but as long as you like what you're doing, then, you're good to go.
I love it. Well, I like what you're doing, man. And I thank you for coming on today and spending some time. And for the people listening at home, if you like just really beautiful content, right? Inline content of people playing hockey, or you like EA Sports getting broken, either way, there's a channel for you. Check out Hintsyy online. We'll make sure we put his tag in the show notes so you can see it. And again, share him. Check him out. Look, all the people we're bringing you on this show are people that we follow and that we love and that we trust. And you can tell from the interview that they're, like you said, they're good people. They're really passionate about what they do. And if your kids are going to watch some stuff online, these are the guys to do it. So, Hintsyy, thanks so much for being here, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, gang, one more time, hockeywraparound.com. Get in that giveaway. Check out Roundtable on the site, and you're in for this week's prize pack and the grand prize. But enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you on the next Wraparound Roundtable. Remember to skate on, skate hard, just have fun. We'll see you soon.